Yep.
from
Hey, Jason, how will you spend your time if you've got 1 hour to solve a user problem slash need? If I have an hour, let's say, okay, let's say I understand the problem thoroughly. Let's just assume for a moment that I've done the research, whatever. I understand the problem thoroughly. What would I do if I had an hour? I would take out a big pad of paper like this, and actually here, I'll show you what I would do. I would just get messy, and I sketch really messily. Which is not a word, but like this is my notebook. I just sketch and sketch and sketch with big fat Sharpie markers, and I make messes, but I get ideas out of my head this way. And the reason I'm gonna just reach over here for a second. The reason I use Sharpie markers like this with big fat thick tips is because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of details when I'm getting ideas out of my head and trying to solve a problem. So I always think in terms of, once I understand the problem, I think in terms of the user experience and the flows and the design, and like, how can I make this thing possible that someone wants to make progress on. And so I write with big, thick Sharpie markers because it doesn't allow me to fixate on like the actual copy on the button yet, or the shape of the thing. It's just like broad strokes. I mean, this is like the detail that I go into. I can't even read my writing. Like, it doesn't even matter. But that's it, because that's all the detail I need for an hour's worth of work and thinking a problem through. At that point, I'll have some sketches ready, and then I'll write up a thorough pitch. So at Basecamp, we write it. Companies call it different things. We just call it pitches. So we write up a pitch, and a pitch includes a story, writing, thorough, with illustrations, and talk something through. And sometimes we put together a little video, and then I can like make my point with those things. But that's how I spend an hour. It's just roughly sketching and thinking things through, and thinking in terms of what would the customer see, but not at a detailed level, just at a very abstract, high level, with big, thick marker and a big piece of paper. And also, you'll notice here that I don't worry about, like, this is a good example, and this is, some people might recoil and think this is horrible, but I draw over things on the same piece of paper with just different colors, because I further do not want to worry about, it's not about what it looks like yet, it's about getting the idea out. And if I'm always using a clean sheet of paper when I come up with a new idea, it's too precious. This is not precious right now. This is about getting the ideas out of your head and jotting stuff down, and then making it better later when you want to present it to other people. Hopefully that answers that question.
No, that's great. It makes me feel better when I pull out a pen and paper now, for sure.
Yeah, I think pen and paper is just still the best way to quickly iterate on ideas. And then after that, you can get into getting more digital about things. But this is still the best tool.
You've like made my day personally. So